Hi, this is Mike Peters of the Vancouver School of Economics, and I'm speaking today on behalf of Econjobmarket. And what I'd like to do is I'd like to give you a very short description of some work that a couple of people at the Vancouver School of Economics, Viet Vu and Alan Lee, did this year. And what I'm going to show you is basically what they found about demand and supply for economists in various fields on Econjobmarket. We'll follow this up with a couple of additional slideshow presentations showing things like who got interviews on the market and some other stuff. So look forward to those in the near future. The way this data was collected was we just looked at all of the applications that were submitted on Econjobmarket and all of the positions that were advertised on Econjobmarket. And the way Viet and Alan did this was, there were two ways that they actually did this. One was that they actually read the job ads themselves and tried to guess from the ads exactly how many openings were associated with each position. And they made some fairly arbitrary decisions about how to do that, but the idea was if the application actually said we have one opening, then they would count it as one, or two, or three. And if the application said that they had that it had many openings, then they set it at two, something like that. So there are a variety of decisions they made. You can learn more about exactly how they did it by looking at their report. And so what they found, as you could see on this first slide, was that there appeared to be about 730 physical openings available in Econjobmarket. This was data from 2014, incidentally. And the number of applicants that were registered and active on Econjobmarket during 2014 was the 4,000 that you could see. And so that's an estimate of the overall demand and supply on this market. And of course that demand and supply was spread out over many different kinds of positions and many different job openings. And what this next slide shows you is what the applicants looked like according to the primary field that they indicated in their profile. And you can read down this list of specialties or primary fields if you want, and you can see that finance was actually the most popular primary field, followed by macroeconomics, and then so on down the line. You can look up whatever your field is or whatever field you're hiring in this year to see exactly how many applicants were there. This is a different estimate of the supply on the market, which Viet and Alan did by looking at the ads and looking for the fields that the departments were interested in searching in. And so they just looked for departments that said we're specifically looking for somebody in macroeconomics. And they broke that down into the different kinds of positions that seemed to be open, measured by this intent to hire. We intend to hire somebody whose specialty is macroeconomics, for instance. And here are the various numbers here. And these don't coincide necessarily to the actual positions that were open on the market, but there's the relation, as I said. Incidentally, the number of positions that are open, the number of positions that we have measured here from the Econjobmarket database, certainly aren't all of the positions that are available in economics, because many departments choose to advertise in other places, and so we don't necessarily pick up their job openings here. And so later on, when I give you estimates of demand and supply, you have to keep that in mind, that we're getting a fraction of the market, though probably most of the applicants in economics have themselves registered on Econjobmarket at this point. This is a breakdown of supply and demands, and this is by intent to hire for the various fields. And you can read down through the list to see how it looks for your particular field. The number of applicants would be the number of people who listed that particular field as their primary field. The number of positions is the number of departments that actually mention that field as one of their fields of interest. And the column that's on the far right of this is one that I especially like, which is a measure of what we call in directed search the Q size, or the inverse of the Q size. And so this is just the ratio of the number of positions to the number of applicants, to give you some idea of how congested the field or how much competition there seemed to be in that field. Again, I emphasize that this is not all of the positions that are available on the economics job market, so this is a understatement of the number of positions that there are for applicants, but you can look at the various fields to see what that looked like. From this picture, it looks like your best bet as an applicant is to be in law and economics or economic history. Now again, that's got to be a selection effect associated with econ job market. But here you can get some idea of what that is. And so that short presentation concludes some basic information about what they found on the operation of the job market, and hopefully that gives you some idea of what kind of conditions you're going to face this year when you're on the market or when you're trying to hire. Thanks very much.